Hello. I think you can still see the top of my head. Hi. Welcome to prod number 3. It's been a while because I took a little bit of a break from these and just a break in general from working on the Aughts because I was getting very overwhelmed. But we're back with more updates. There's a lot of exciting stuff going on. First, we'll get all the boring stuff out of the way, which was we had a lot of legal stuff to do. Me and my producer Alec and our AD Keenan was having to navigate a lot of different things at the same time, a lot of learning going on. Basically, we needed to kind of understand how insurance was going to work, how general liability and E&O, auto insurance, all that kind of like injury stuff was going to be covered. And so to combat that, Imperfect Pictures Studios is now officially an LLC, which is super cool. I am really excited to say that I literally am like the CEO of an LLC now. I think that things should be easier from here on out now that we can function under the Imperfect Pictures Studios LLC name. So because of that, we were able to get an EIN, which is like a tax number thing, which I can use to make a bank account for the production, which is where all the crowdfunding money will go, all the private equity will go, everything that will be purchased under this scope of this production, and also in future productions will be using all this. So that's really exciting. I'm also going through the process of copywriting every single one of the episodes because I don't know, they say it's pretty rare that someone steals your idea, but I feel like because I'm putting myself out on the internet so much with all this project and all the progress, I really want to make sure that this project stays mine and stays with this company and with the people that are making it. It's really important to me that we all get the credit that we deserve and have been putting into this project. So yeah, that's all the boring legal issues. Something really cool is we have 3/4 of our casting finalized. We did have all of the casting, but then we had 2 scheduling issues that really, it killed me. I was super sad, but I understand it happens. Everyone has a lot of different things going on. Everyone's hustling, so we're still missing our Dario and our Kai. But in telling the cast that we had an influx of interest coming from friends and other outlets of people being interested in Dario and Kai. I think both of them are great characters, and so I'm really happy to see people connecting with them and having another round of auditions and another round of chem reads. But our casting director Celestia, she needed more work, she wasn't working enough, I guess. The script was changed a little bit. We added a couple more single camera scenes, but it's now pretty much finalized so that we can copyright it. The locations have been locked after the whole debacle with the Palo Alto studio. And now we're looking to find lodging for all the cast and crew for our new location. So that's a whole other thing now. But that one's pretty cool. I don't mind that work so much because I think it'll be kind of exciting to have everyone in the same space and kind of spending time together and getting close and just having fun while on set. Something also that's really big, because we finalized most of our cast, is we're having our first media day. We're basically gonna have all of the cast come and a couple of the crew, and we're gonna do character portraits. We're gonna do a theme song recording. We're gonna do our podcast recordings with all the cast. We're gonna get different combinations of the cast together and just make a lot of promotional material. I'm sure this is a thing that productions do, but I'm pretending that it's something that I'm bringing because of my experience in broadcasting. And so that's really cool. And a cool thing about the podcast is, one, that it's been going pretty great, and you should be definitely checking it out if you haven't been. 2, we have our next episode coming out this Saturday with Celestia and Pearl, our PR director and casting director. And 3, we had a super special guest on the podcast that we're going to be coming out October 5th. Is that right? October 5th? October 6th? One of those days. That's Saturday, the first Saturday of October. And because I don't think the same amount of people follow my Instagram to watching these videos, I'm just going to tell you who it is. It is the director of The Sandlot, also director of Radio Flyer and Beethoven's Third, and a whole slew of other projects. But I really lucked out and got this specific director, David Mickey Evans, to come and speak with us just about writing scripts, writing original scripts, directing original scripts, and also specifically writing scripts that take place in a different time period, because Sandlot was produced in the 1990s but was written about the 1960s, and so I thought that was super interesting, kind of related to what we were doing with the Aughts. And so had a great conversation with Mr. Evans, or David Mickey Evans, whatever you want to call him, and so really excited to have that episode come out and basically just let everyone hear our conversation and what you can learn from him, because he was super smart and just really gave some great advice for up and coming writers and directors. And just a little update on the podcast, just in general, I guess. We have a pretty solid following. Definitely follow the podcast if you haven't done that on Spotify yet. But we have about 25 people consistently listen to it every week, and it grows every week. So I'm super flattered and really honored that people are spending the time to get to know our project. And the last thing I'll say is you should subscribe to my Substack, which is where a lot of updates are also coming through about the Aughts and other things that Imperfect Pictures Studios LLC is working on, which is basically just a fancy way of saying things that I'm working on. But I, again, really appreciate whoever's watching this, if anyone's watching this. I'll see you, I don't know about next week, but maybe sometime soon. Maybe when casting is finished. That's when you'll hear from me. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Bye!